Alright. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Retrothon 2025. I'm GhostSenpai. This is my last game on this edition. And also, I think that this is the first time that I bring this game to a Retrothon event. And well, this is gonna be Tom and Jerry in House Trap. This is a kind of an obscure / rare game from the PS1. Also, considered one of the worst PS1 games. But you will see that on a bit. You will understand why there's some people who consider this as a bad title. But it has its charm. It has something good to enjoy and that kind of thing. So this shouldn't be like a big problem to complete, right? Okay. Anyways, I'm just gonna do something really quick and. I think that one should be ready. Hold on. Sorry, I just mess up things here on my side with my timer. But anyways, let's do this. So I'm gonna make my countdown from 3. Okay. Well, sorry. The time is gonna start once I start with the first stage. So it's gonna be kind of quick in some way. But it's good. So let's keep put this here. And well, I really hope that everybody is ready to enjoy some action from a classic 40s/50s animation show that got a video game for the PS1. Okay, so let's make a countdown from 3. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, I don't have my split, so I'm gonna wait a little bit just to see which is the name of each stage. And so we're gonna start here at mouse splitting. There's a total of 15 stages. Fortunately, this is a pretty short game, but you will understand why it's considered as one of the worst PS1 games you can play. This is basically a trap 'em up game, which basically, in order to defeat your enemy, you need to make them. Okay, I didn't put the mouse trap in a good position, but Tom fell on it, so that was good. So basically, on this game, you will be playing always as Jerry on the one-player mode, and your main objective is to, obviously, defeat the other character as quick as possible. And getting a lot of the traps and elements on the game. But the main problem this game has is that, first of all, it's a pretty repetitive game. Sorry for the spoiler, but that's the truth. The second thing is that besides being, well, it's repetitive, as I've mentioned, but and the main problem, another problem that this game has are the hitboxes that are really awful. So now it's time to move on to Bowling Brawl, the second stage of the game. The first 4 stages are gonna look pretty repetitive. The stages 5, 10, and 15 are like the ones where are different, because instead of defeating, instead of making the health bar from your opponent running out of stamina, what you're gonna be doing is that you're gonna you need to complete a small task in order to complete the stage and beat it. You will see that on a bit, so we're gonna be waiting for that. So the different ways that we have in order to make damage to, in this case, to our enemy, which is Tom. First of all, is well, we have the brawling objects, which are these ones that you can these ones that you can grab and use it to hit Tom in this case. You can use them 3 times and then they're gonna disappear. And we have the objects that we can throw, that these ones make more damage, but you need to be into in a specific distance in order to be able to make some damage to your opponent, in this case, which is gonna be Tom. Honestly, this game is mostly enjoyable when you play it against another person, but you need to complete the single player mode in order to unlock all stages. I haven't seen the name stages, but right now they are not like something really important. for the run or the category. They are just basically some phrases that plays with some words and gives you some hints about what is gonna happen in this stage, about which elements are gonna be active, which rooms are you're gonna find that they are open, and the kind of stuff that you can do. So depending on the stage, some rooms are gonna be open, some of them are gonna be closed, some items are gonna spawn, other items are gonna disappear. So that's basically the changes between stages. I haven't activated this, so I'm passing form, but he's close to run out of health, so that shouldn't be a problem. Looks like I forgot to activate the radio again, but it's fine. Just a single hit, and then I'm done. So as you can see, with the brawl items, we have a big variety of elements. We have the frying pan, we have a fish. Again, everything is gonna depend about stage. And now we're gonna move on to the 5th stage, I think. No, this is the 4th stage. Confused Kitty. Now we're gonna be finding some bombs as traps that we can use as an object. As you can see, there are some traps like the mouse trap that every time I got close to it, I didn't trigger it. I didn't fall in that trap. Instead of that, I just grabbed it. The way that we do it is that you can press the R1 button and you can make your character move slowly, and that's gonna be the way that you're gonna be able to walk over the traps, and with that you can get them and you can change its position. And also, if we walk like this when we're close to different elements where you can activate as traps, like the TV or the radio. If we walk slowly, what's gonna happen is that we simply are gonna not trigger those traps, and they're gonna keep like that. You're gonna see some yellow dots on the floor, which are gonna be an indicator that that the trap is activated, but we haven't triggered it. So also that's a good opportunity to know which element is not activated, so we simply can avoid it without problems. So every time that you receive damage, you gain some invincibility frames. So that's like a kind of well, that's in this case, if we make some damage to Tom, what's gonna happen is that you simply are not gonna be able to hit him again in a little bit. But for example, with the brawling items, what we're gonna be doing is that if we're quick enough and we can chain the hits, we can make like 2 or 3 hits in a row, and the more hits you do, the more damage you do. But it's a kind of tricky how to do that. Recently, new strats were discovered, and also a few days ago, the world record for this game was broken. So some new additional stuff has been found, and I don't know why my brain decided to do what I was gonna do, because this is not what I need to do. This is Garden of Eating. This is one of the objective stages, and the little dog that we have seen featured in some Tom and Jerry episodes, which his name is Quackers, is featured here. If we are Jerry, we need to grab Quackers and move him to the garden, to the small lake that's on the dark garden. Even if we're Tom, we need to take him to the kitchen in order to. Well, we need to take it to the oven in order to cook him. So obviously we don't want that that happens. So we need to be as quick as possible. So in this case, if any of the characters grab the dog, the only way to make that they lose the dog is just simply to hit them with a brawl item. So usually, okay, I got a good RNG with the position of the dog. Oh, come on, you bastard. Give me the dog, thank you. but it wasn't slow because my brain, I don't know why, my muscular memory simply decided to don't do what is supposed that I needed to do at the beginning of the stage, and it thought that this was a normal stage. So, my favorite Tom and Jerry cartoon. I don't think that I have exactly a favorite episode. I like to see a lot of them, a lot of the 40s/50s episodes. Also, I like to watch the Gene Ditch animations, which are kind of bizarre, but I consider that those are interesting. But definitely the first episodes, the previous Gene Ditch era, well, the era before those Gene Ditch episodes, or sorry if I mispronounce that. I'm not good with some kind of words. Okay, in this case I made some mistakes and triggered the mouse trap. But I'm a big fan of classic animations. I like to watch Tom and Jerry, Looney Tunes, Popeye, Droopy, Snoopy, and that kind of stuff. Well, I like the classic animations a lot. Sometimes when I go to the supermarket and I see DVDs from those shows, I used to buy them because I really love to see that kind of... I like to have them on my collection. And, well, that was interesting to see because that's like a weird animation that you can trigger sometimes in case that you fall into a trap and for some reason you are able to press another input, and with that you simply well, your character gets stuck and moves to another position of the stage. That's like a visual glitch that doesn't affect really the game. I just need another single hit and that's so good. And welcome, readers. Welcome to Retrothon 2025. We are now enjoying one of the worst PS1 games ever made. But if you like Tom and Jerry, I hope that you can enjoy this run as I really like to play this game. Now, night falls. Up from this point, the first floor of the house is now open. Now we can go to the top section of the house, but for speedrunning purposes, we try to avoid that because there are smaller rooms. That's something good, but since there are not a lot of elements that you can use in order to defeat Tom as quick as possible, it's simply not worth to go upstairs. Plus, there's a chance that if Tom goes to the first floor of the house, we simply are gonna waste a good amount of time because he's just gonna fool around on top, and since there are not so many stuff you can grab in order to make him damage on the top section of the house, we're just gonna lose time. We're simply just gonna lose time trying to going back to the lobby of the house and trying to grab something else in order to make him damage. And also, the aiming on this game, it's kind of weird, as you have seen, because sometimes you will think that you are on the same position where Tom is located, but the truth is that you're not gonna be there, and when you throw an item, what's gonna happen is that simply the item isn't gonna reach the objective, which in this case is Tom. Yeah, I also enjoyed this game when I was a kid, and it was fun to play. I never found it like annoying. Okay, oh, hold on. I pressed the wrong button. Sorry. I pressed the circle button to save, but I don't need to save right now. Anyway, so I enjoyed to play this game as a child when I was a kid. This was one of my childhood games, and I remember playing this with my brother and friends. And it was so funny to see to try to defeat the other character like that. So again, as a multiplayer game, it's a fun game, but honestly, as a one-player title, it's not so enjoyable. But since it's a short game, Trying to grab this speed game is not like something bad. Or trying to do some casual speedrun. I really enjoyed to do this. Oh, okay. The game simply didn't want to do what I was trying to do, which was to put the mousetrap where Tom is. Oh, anyways. Okay, so following up with the game, I think this is stage now, the next mission stage. No, this is Cheapskate. So the next stage is gonna be Our Man's Spike, which is gonna be another stage based on an objective rather than just doing damage. There's another retro game called Spy versus Spy, which basically is the same concept as this game, trap and mob game. So up to this point is why some people consider this is a bad/boring game, because you have seen it turns pretty repetitive, really easy. Yeah, once you learn where are some good spots to throw items, and mostly when you have the traps activated, it simplifies a lot of things. Okay, I'm close to the big Tom. This is being really quick. Let's see if I can do what I'm trying to do. No, I was slow to do that, but I'm glad that Tom kept the same line as I was, so it was not like a big problem. So up to this point, we have completed a half of the game. And now it's time to enjoy another of my favorite stages, which is Our Man's Spike. Come on! Why is still pressing the single button? It's press button, the one that I need to press. Oh. Please tell me that my game didn't reset. Okay, reset. So now Our Man Spike, this is another mission stage. Spike is sleeping at the living room. So there are elements around the house. There are instruments around the house. So if you are playing as Jerry, you need to find those instruments and play them where Spike is sleeping. So with that, we're gonna try to wake him up. But if you are Tom, you need to throw those instruments to the trash can in the kitchen. Also, I don't know which is the deal with the AI, or well, the CPU with this in this game. But most of the time, once you grab, if you're playing as Jerry, once you grab the instrument, Tom knows that already, and he's gonna go directly to where you are. Also, see, he's in the living room. I need to move away because if I enter to if I have the instrument and I go to the same room where Tom is, he's gonna go directly against me and he's gonna try to quit me the instrument. Right now, the CPU is working nice in some way because usually it's really punishing, but usually the instruments are all the time on the top, the first floor of the house, so it's not like a big deal for me. So okay, Tom was nice with us right now because most of the time when I play this stage, he's a real nightmare to deal with once you get the instruments. Yes, safety save. Well, I prefer to not save my my game right now because I already have a completed save file, and I don't want to delete it because in this game there's just a single save file, so there are not multiple ones. In usually a single save file when you have completed all the stage is that's good. because in that way, obviously, if you're gonna try to play this game as a speed game, you just simply can play any stage, load your save file and play any stage as much as you want. Or also, if you're playing in multiplayer mode, that's also something good because with that you can access to any stage and use any rooms you want, or go for any objective you want also. I have nothing to. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, once I discovered which was the best spot on the kitchen to throw items, I really like to activate the oven. And also, something I don't like about this is these stages. Once you complete our main spike, is that the frying pan disappears. Probably from all the game, that's my favorite item. I really like to hit Tom with the frying pan. You know, I don't know. It's really funny and enjoyable for me. Okay, we're getting close to the end of the game. This is stage number 12. Stage 12 out of a total of 15 stages, so we're close to complete the run. As you can see, this is a really short game, a pre-prepared one, but short one. But again, if you have an opportunity to play the game, it may be kind of boring for the single-player experience. But once you unlock all the stages and you play with somebody else, this turns into a really cool multiplayer title. And mostly if you are a big fan of Tom and Jerry like me, you will definitely enjoy this experience of feeling inside of the show, because that's mainly what I like about this game. And the fact that it feels like if you were part of the show. It feels when I'm playing this, I don't feel if I were playing a video game or something like that. I feel mostly like if I were just part of the show. And I don't know, that's definitely what I really like about this game. Okay, I'm close to the 15. Almost the 3 hits. I was close though. Wrong spot though. He's close to dying, but I won. Yeah, that's why what I mentioned before in the run. That's what I mentioned earlier. This is basically based on spy versus spy game concept. Law and order. Up to this point, I don't know what to say about the name of the stages. I simply. I really find them interesting as a non-native English speaker, but I understand the jokes behind the names, but sometimes they just make me think about. So the developers wanted just to be funny with the name of the stages, or is there another reason behind this? Oh God, no! Please tell me that this doesn't happen. Okay, this is bad. This is bad. Okay. The game's soft-locked. That's another of the reasons why this game is softful. Because the game, if the game just wants to don't keep loading, it's just gonna crash. The game's just gonna give you a soft lock in any loading screen because the game wants. But don't worry, I have this covered. Because again, I know this game. I'm aware about this game. I have a save file that I'm just gonna load in. For marathon purposes, that's gonna be fine. But yeah, that's another of the main issues why this game is considered something. And this is weird to happen because at the beginning we just thought that the stop lock used to happen when you played the game on a well, that happened mostly when you play in an emulator, because that really happened on console, or at least we got no evidence that it happened on console, but. And there was some time that somebody was doing runs on console, and after years of playing the game. And the fun fact is that that person just got the soft lock on console. We thought that that was just something emulator reloaded. Oh well, I'm just gonna load a complete save file in order to continue the game, because now I was gonna start at Law and Order, the stage 15. So this is fine. I probably just have lost like a min between like a minute and a half just loading, resaving, and loading the game again. But yeah, this is something bad about the game. So usually when you're gonna run the game, you prefer just to reset the game and start and go straight to the run. And you don't wanna wait until the game just simply what was I saying? Sorry, my brain is right now. I didn't sleep well. I just went to work. I work as a DJ. I was working on a social event earlier today, and I'm just trying to be fast with my games. But yeah, now you have learned why, and you probably are gonna understand why this is considered an awful game. Okay, Tom is not cooperating with the cause. And I'm pretty sure that I was on the correct spot to hit Tom with that item, but the game simply decided to refuse my act. And also, now the Cedar room is activated, so... And also, the rooms of this house have no sense. Okay, just a single hit, and I'm gonna be done. Okay, there we go. Now, okay, unfortunately it looks like I'm gonna be running out of the estimate just for like 2 minutes, so I really apologize in advance. But don't worry, I can make it. So now, Mechanic Cat, stage number 14, and, well... by far, this is the worst stage of the game, and a lot of people I know that they played this game in their childhoods, they got stuck on this stage. And today you're gonna learn the easy way to complete it, because do you remember the 21st night of September when the Mechanic Cat episode was broadcasted on TV? Well, now with Mechanic Cat, it's the same thing as the animated series. Tom is not gonna be featured here, and now we have this big mechanical cat that it's supposed that Tom's owner bought because she considered that Tom was a pretty old cat and he was not able to catch Jerry, so she decided to purchase this cat. But if you grab this item, you came to the same spot where I'm stepping on that way you can defeat the Mechanic Cat really quick. The reason why this is a pretty unfair stage, as you have seen, is that Mechanic Cat is really fast and he's gonna chase you directly most of the time, and he's gonna make a lot of attacks. It's gonna be spamming its attacks by a lot. I was never able to complete this stage when I was a kid. A friend was able to do it, and it took us like 4 months to complete that stage. And also, once you complete the Mechanic Cat stage, big advice: save your game, because this is the last stage. Toothless or Toothless. We're gonna have it here, Toothless, which is the white cat, which Crush has a crush with her, and we need to look for different gifts at the house. And if you're playing as Tom, you need to bring those gifts to her, and she's on the back garden. Okay, wait. Okay, this is... Hold on. Okay, the box of chocolates. Okay, no, doesn't matter. Tom grabbed it. That's the first time that the first gift appears. That I see that appears on on the first floor, because usually most of the time they spawn on the top section of the house. So now we have the flowers. So as you have seen, if you are Tom, you need to grab the gifts and give them to her. She's in the back garden. And if you are Jerry, oh, okay. And if you are Jerry, you need to grab those gifts and throw it to the trash can. Okay, guess what? I'm gonna finish under estimate, so that's good. So the time is gonna finish once I throw the last gift. And okay, I don't know why, but the gift decided to don't appear on the top section of the house. Okay, that's the gift. I'm glad that Tom activated that true. And fall on it. Okay, the time's gonna finish once I throw the last gift to the trash can, and that's time. Sorry, I pressed the space bar to stop my timer, but instead of that, now I discovered that and if I do that on the emulation is gonna stop. So that's interesting. Yeah, because I used to run all my retro games on the respective consoles. I have a PS2 at which I used to run PS1 games, but I don't have this game. It's not an expensive title, but I haven't been lucky trying to locate it. But I hope that at some point I can get an original copy of this game so I can finally run it on a console. And well, it's versus CPU. Two people playing. Oh, okay. So now in this case, on the single player mode, obviously you play versus the CPU, but in the two-player mode you can play against another person. So again, if you haven't played this game, just try to give it a try. Unlock all the stages and then play with someone else. Believe me, you're gonna be having a lot of fun with the multiplayer of this game. It's so frustrating at the point that also it's really enjoyable. And thanks for the GGs as well. And with this, my participation at Retrothon 2025 has concluded. Thanks again to the RGL staff for letting me to be featured at the event. It has been a big pleasure for me to be featured in all Retrothon events up to this date since 2018. I needed, in this case, I used to stream with my camera, but for some reason OBS stopped recognizing my camera and I just can't use my alternative camera for it. I'm trying to fix that issue, that I hope that in the future I can deal with that. But anyways, participation has concluded, and also this is the last day of the marathon, but we're still having a lot of amazing runs and games to see and enjoy during the event. But this was my last participation for this edition. Thanks again for the RGL staff for giving me the opportunity of being showcased here. As always, it's a big pleasure to showcase some retro games action. And well, I really hope that you have also enjoyed this humble run. And also, a last statement that I need to do. Usually, I used to run a lot of PS1 games mainly, but I consider myself mostly like a classic PlayStation runner and modern Nintendo game runner. But if I find an interesting game, I'm just gonna give it a try there. And also with this, I also need to mention that unfortunately I was really busy on last week's / month, so I didn't practice for any of my games. So I'm really glad that everything went kinda well in all the runs and all the games. So, well, I was GhostSenpai. I have nothing else to add, to mention, and to talk about. So, again, thanks for having me, and see you. Have a nice